Hello friends, so in this series we are going to discuss about plant virology as per the syllabus given for the ASRB NET or ARS or for the STO and SMS. So here is the syllabus. Okay, so we will deal with each and every point. First with the nature of plant virus to composition, architecture, properties, variability, everything we will discuss one by one. Okay, in this video, this is the first video, and in this video we will deal with the nature or the general characteristics or properties of the plant virus. So let's start. So the general characteristic of the plant virus. So viruses are acellular in nature. Acellular in nature means no true cell is there, no cytoplasm. Okay, and then about the size, it is submicroscopic in nature, very small size. If you can tell that it is about 20 to 300 nm. This is the size range for the plant viruses, 20 to 300 nm. So it is submicroscopic and it can pass through the bacterial filters. Then about the genome. So the genome of plant virus generally contain the nucleic acid, that is either in the form of DNA or RNA, but never both. Then strand and polarity. So the genome either present in single stranded or double stranded form, but the RNA viruses, it may show the polarity, maybe positive or negative. Then about the nucleoprotein structure, here you can see. So the virus contain nucleic acid that is enclosed inside a protein coat. The protein coat is known as capsid, and this capsid protein is made up of small repeating protein subunits. That subunits are known as capsomere. So generally viruses contain a single type of protein mostly, okay, but more than one type of proteins or capsomeres are there in the plant viruses, like two types of protein found in CMV or cucumber mosaic virus. Then five types of proteins are found in Oryza virus. Okay, these are the exceptional case. You have to remember this. Two types in case of CMV and five types in case of Oryza virus. Then about the envelope. So some virus contain a lipid envelope around the capsid, and that virus are known as enveloped virus. This envelope is made up of lipid, but the virus have no machinery to synthesize the lipid. So it derive the lipid from the host membrane, because the host membrane is lipoprotein structure, lipid bilayer. Okay, lipid protein bilayer it is. So the lipid is derived from the host membrane. Then about the ribosome, it lack ribosome, so no protein synthesis machinery is there. Then about the metabolism. So it is metabolically inert outside the host, no metabolism is there. Then about its parasitic nature, it is obligate intracellular parasite. It is obligate means it can't live without association with the host, and it is intracellular means it will replicate inside the host, not in the intracellular spaces. It will replicate inside the host cell. Okay, then about the host specificity, it is showing very high host specificity, even tissue specificity means it will restrict or it will multiply only inside a phloem tissue or mesophyll tissue. So it is very specific in nature. Then about replication. So virus generally replicates inside the host cell by hijacking that host cell replication machinery, that includes synthesis of its nucleic acid strand, then the assembly means synthesis of nucleic acid strand, then protein synthesis, and ultimately the nucleic acid and protein capsid will be assembled. No such binary fission or division is there. Next, transmission. So plant viruses can be transmitted by various mechanisms, like through mechanical mode, seed, vegetative propagation, or through vectors like nematode, fungi, or through insect vector. Okay. Then about the new inclusion bodies. Inclusion bodies are very important. So inclusion bodies are induced intracellular aggregates. Okay. So these are actually the excess proteins or excess virus bodies that are removed from the replication pool. So it actually forming some inclusion bodies that is helpful for diagnosis of that particular virus, because the structure of inclusion bodies differ from virus to virus. Like pinwheel type structure are formed by the potty virus. This is the characteristic things. Okay. Next about the physiochemical property. So the physiochemical property here, the virus molecular weight, its density and sedimentation coefficient will be seen. So virus molecular weight is very low, about it ranges from 1 to 73 into 10 to the power 6 kilodalton. Okay, 10 to the power 6 dalton. This is the range for the molecular weight. Then about the density is 1.3 to 1.5 gram per centimeter cube. This is about the density of plant virus. And if the sedimentation coefficient is concerned, then it ranges from 10 to 100, sorry, 1000 s. So the molecular weight is very low. It ranges from 1 to 73 into 10 to the power 6 dalton for plant viruses. Then about the density, it ranges from 1.3 to 1.5 gram per centimeter cube. And about the sedimentation coefficient, it ranges from 10 to 1000 s. Then virus as a species, so it generally exists as quasi species. Okay, quasi species means within the virus species so many strains are there due to the genetic variability. That's why they are called as quasi species, and it is also known as polythetic population. This viruses are called as virus species concept is a polythetic population. This was already asked in the last year ASRB NET exam. So remember these things. And this virus polythetic concept or quasi-species nature was given by von Regenmottel. Okay, van Regenmottel. Okay, these things we will discuss in the virus classification part, nomenclature and classification part. We will discuss in detail. This is just the general characteristics of the plant virus. So if they are asking in 15 marks question or 10 marks question, you can mention these points about the general characteristic or nature of the plant virus. But if you want to go for a short question answer like 5 mark, so you can modify it like this. So you can simply write the physical properties of virus. There you can mention the submicroscopic size. It ranges, and you just mention the size ranges from 20 to 300 nm. Then it is bacteria, it is filterable, means it can pass through the bacterial filter. Then shape, size, you can mention the shape, the virus shape, like it is some viruses are spherical, some viruses are rod shape, some viruses are bacilliform shape. Then about the molecular weight, I have already told you the molecular weight ranges from 1 to 73 into 10 to the power 6 dalton. Then density ranges from 1.3 to 1.5 gram per centimeter cube, and sedimentation coefficient ranges from 110 to 1000 s. Then about the chemical nature of plant virus, so it contains the nucleic acid, protein, and a envelope. So nucleic acid either generally DNA or RNA, and the protein that is present in the coat, that is known as capsid, and envelope that is made up of lipid that is derived from the host membrane. Then about the biological properties, it is acellular, intracellular parasite, no ribosome, no metabolism. And at the end, genetic characteristic that include it's a compact genome, either the DNA or RNA is present in the single stranded or double stranded form, but never both. Then the genome either contain a single or more than one ORF. In the satellite virus, generally one ORF is there, and more than one ORF is also there, means up to 12 13 ORF are also there in the plant viruses. So this is about the general characteristic, or you can say the nature of the plant virus. The first topic we have covered. So other thing we will cover in the next videos. So thank you.